Good morning, George. I just want to draw your attention to a couple of things. I got your SDX strategy turned on, and it has drawn all your lines. Here they are. And it has also drawn the buying points, and these are them right here. I don't know if you can see them. A couple of ones right there. And they don't seem to be right at all. I don't follow the logic of why they are there. I will point out that both the strategies are turned on. As you can see, this one and this one is on, and they're at their default settings. So I've taken standard deviation express manually, and it comes there, and that is your first inflection point, and that is where I would draw my first SDX line. I just wanted to make a point. I started on October 1. So if you go to scale, you'll notice if you could just see this for a minute. October 1, and the reason I've done that is so that at least you and I start on the same time frame, and there's a 5-minute bar, and the equity is Apple. So we move along. I made this bar green, white, and red to indicate the first one. However, after that, I've drawn it as a box with a white line in the middle, and the two magenta lines representing these two lines. Okay, it's just that way it was quicker. And I've drawn the next box where it should be. So that's the first box. There's the second box, validated. The third box to be validated is down here. The fourth box to be validated is down here. Now this is tricky, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There's the inflection point, or horizontal. We draw the line. Now notice this SDX gets choppy, but at that point there, we see that the top line is below the old mid. So a new box is drawn there. Okay? We continue. Now, this box is not valid because the midline is not above. Let's zoom in a bit. The midline here on both ends is not above the old standard deviation high. So that does not qualify at that point. Again, the midline of the new is not above the old standard deviation. So we continue. There's the box. And these are the other boxes. I went a bit ahead. I'm going to go back. There's the box. Inflection point is there. This may have qualified to move it up there, but depending on if the threshold was met, I just don't know. Another box is made here, and then this box qualifies, again highlighting the new high is below the old mid qualify. So we continue. That's the next box. And again, new mid is above old high. And so on and so forth. So I've drawn manually all the boxes. And if you just zoom out for a minute. Actually, let's zoom in on this one. This was an interesting one. There's your box. There's a lot of choppy movement, but no validation until even there's no validation here because the mid is not below the low. The only time we get a validation is at this inflection point where the mid is below the low. The mid, new mid below old low. So now that I've drawn the boxes, let's go back and see how they should have traded. And there seems to be a flawed logic in your system for some reason, and I don't know why. I don't know what logic your system is trading. But it's not the one that we discussed for sure. And you'll see why. I'm moving it back. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to trade my system over your system, and I'm going to trade it in magenta. Okay, so I would enter a short position at the break of the low, this one, and get stopped out at the halfway point. I'm going to stay in drawing mode, remain in drawing mode. Then I would go long and be stopped out here to go short, to be stopped out here, to go long, to be stopped out here, to go short, and then I know we have a nice run here. At this point, I would be stopped out over here to go long, to be stopped out, and then to go short here, to be stopped out there, to go long, to there, stopped out to there, long, sideways, short, stop loss, this one, loss, and then I would enter in around there, get stopped out there. I don't know what happens in this area here, but it's kind of messy. Don't know how that is. This would be a loss. This would be a loss. This would be a loss. And then actually got that one wrong. We would enter in and this would be a loss here. And then we go long for quite a bit. And I think at this point I stop. So let's look at it in a little bit more closer detail as to where this went wrong. I'm going to stop it here and give you another video.